Many students have been learning Greek very inefficiently. They're trying to memorize grammar tables, they're trying to memorize words and phrases, but from my experience, on a long enough time horizon, these phrases and these tables do not stick, especially if you want to use them in conversation. So in this video, we're going to cover some very effective strategies for you to be able to remember those words and phrases and grammar tables better, but also to be able to successfully recall them in a conversation. A few words about me. My name is Yorgos. I'm a Greek teacher and a Greek native speaker, and I'm also the founder of a Greek learning community of over 2,000 Greek students. So over the years, I have had the chance to know what students are most struggling with, and I've also had the chance to help them not struggle anymore. And I'm not claiming that this is the only way to learn Greek, but this is the way that has worked for me and my students the most, especially when we're engaging in conversation. The first strategy we're going to cover is connecting Greek words with their English counterparts. For example, many times when I'm introducing a word to a student, I'm introducing the English word first, for example, the word character. And because English is so much inspired by Greek, then I would introduce the Greek equivalent, which is charakteras. As you can hear, it almost sounds the same, and there's so many different examples of that. Another example is the word philosophy, and from there we can get the word philos, which back in the day in ancient Greek it used to mean to love, but nowadays it means the friend. There's so many examples of that, so whenever you can, feel free to employ that strategy to make the word stick better in your head. And fundamentally, this method is scientifically proven. Whenever you are learning something new, if you connect it with something that you already know, it is meant to stick way faster in your brain. The second strategy we're going to cover is breaking down Greek words into pieces. Before, I brought the example of philosophy. If we break down philosophy, it's actually two words in there. The first part, philo, it used to mean I love, but in modern Greek it means the friend. And the second part of the word, which is Sophie, in Greek is Sophia, which means the wisdom. So philosophy inherently, it used to mean in ancient Greek, somebody that loves wisdom. But nowadays we can get a couple of words from that, which is philos, the friend, and Sophia, which is the wisdom. Another great example of that is the word η καταστροφή. And it does exist in English as well, and that is the catastrophe. And actually this is another Greek word, and it consists of two parts. The first part is kata, and that is translated as down or under. And the other part is strophi, which means the turn. So in a way, when we're saying catastrophe or catastrophe in English, it's the down turn, or you can interpret it as the turn for the worst, which is basically what catastrophe is, a turn for the worst. There's many examples of that, so definitely feel free to employ also this strategy, because combined also with the first one, it makes things click even easier. So these were just two strategies so far, and already these are two powerful ways to remember vocabulary. But let's go to a third way to remember vocabulary, and that is learning words within clusters, or in other words, within groups. For example, we have the English word hypothetically. In Greek, that is υποθετικά. But we're not just going to stop there. I'm going to introduce to you the verb, which is I assume, and that is υποθέτω, which is when you assume, when you make a hypothesis. But also we're going to learn the assumption, which is η υπόθεση. So straight away we have three words, υποθετικά, υποθέτω, and η υπόθεση. So just like that, you can learn three words, and you don't have to do the effort 3 times to learn 3 different words. You can do the effort once. The fourth and final strategy we're going to employ to remember vocabulary better is learning words and phrases within themes. What I like to do with my students is that we like to embark on a 2-week journey or 3-week journey, and we just learn everything about a specific theme. And that could be a theme about family, that could be a theme about making plans with friends, that could be a theme about going to the doctor or to the hospital. By immersing ourselves within the theme for some time, then we allow ourselves to focus on a particular group of words and on a particular group of phrases. So these were the 4 strategies. They're highly effective, so use them wisely. All of them I have used and I'm still using with my students, and we're getting really great results, especially during conversation, because this is the ultimate goal of a language, to be able to communicate with others. If you want to learn how to speak Greek, you can join my free Greek learning community, where you can learn how to speak your first real Greek sentences in just 7 days. The link is in the description down below. Ευχαριστώ και τα λέμε.